This right here that you're seeing right here is a big freaking bump. Like this is big when we hit it. So you go right from having a bike that's G'd out as hard as you're gonna G out right there, and you still have it loaded pretty heavy. You hit this big bump here, and then you're trying to drive. As soon as you get past it, you can't really drive across it because it'll just pop the rear end around. But anything from here, you just start spinning all the way over the top. There's never any grip over the top of this thing because you're getting light as you go over. You end up spinning all the way down the backside, and I'm standing on the pegs. My butt's not actually on the seat all the way over this thing. I'm kind of standing up, just going, and trying to drive the thing off the backside and get what you can out of it, right? I don't like having things off the track. I typically find things on the surface. If I can find some lines or some dark something or anything. Sometimes where the cars brake, they'll leave dark lines from the tires on the brakes or scratch the ground with the bottom of the car.
What's the biggest difference between a MotoGP bike and the bike you're on here?
There's really nothing comparable between the two, honestly. No, it's not even. They're just like it's a different breed of machine. It's made a different way. It's so light, it has so much horsepower, it has so much grip. The tires, they have so much grip. All the GP bikes are developed around guys who came up on 125s, 250s, and GP style riding. And so it's 180 degrees from a Superbike, and it's really, really difficult to adapt and change very quickly. Typically the pass isn't going to happen on the right. It's all about measuring off the guy so that you can make a pass for the left.
That's right.
So way back here, you're trying to set up a pass over there.
Where do you find the most wear on what side of the tire on this track?
On the rights,
On the
for
right.
sure.
It really starts tearing
For
it
sure.
up.
Hey, this place isn't too bad as far as tire wear left to right,
Right.
but the right, spending all that time on the right side of the tire from there all the way around to here is pretty tough on it. The thing's going sideways, and the only way to get the wheel back in line is touch the throttle and take the weight off the front of the bike and neutralize the bike a little bit. Okay, now I got some rear grip, so then as soon as I get to the apex, I'm pinned. I've actually lost the rear pretty bad a couple times running up to turn 2. Daytona and Elkhart Lake turn 5, I would go from 6th to 1st gear, and I'd grab 4 as quick as I go boom, 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 4 as quick as I can, wait for a second, make sure everything's good first. Tom Kipp was famous for not doing that. He'd pull the clutch in, boom, 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 and then everything would go silent. Everybody's like, oh, shit. And then off into the corner. But when it gets like this, it just gets so hot and greasy on the track that the bikes get to be quite a handful. This place really loses a lot of grip whenever it gets really hot out here. TC's, there's no magic in it. It doesn't make lap times happen. All it is a safety net. I know that I can whack the throttle on and spin it, and if it gets away from me a little bit, I'm not going to fly over the handlebars. The bike will kind of come back in line a little bit easier. I remember years ago at Mid-Ohio, at Road Atlanta, at Daytona, I was using the Jumbotron, in Miller too. I was using the Jumbotron. So, it's set up for the fans, and I'd go through and I'd look to see what my gap was on the Jumbotron to see who's on the camera. You come in and you say, hey, I'm losing the front here. They fix it, and you have to go try to make it do it again to see if you fixed it or not. Sometimes it's not even me that makes that decision. Sometimes I talk about where I'm having an issue, and I have to rely on my team to go back and say, hey, well, we see this, this, and this about the bike, and we think we can improve this by our experience, other places doing this or this, and we'll talk about it. It's kind of a round table discussion, and we try to make the most educated decision we can and come up with a good plan. At Road America and Miller, I never clicked a knob. We tried one different shock with a different top-out spring. Nah, I think the other one might be better. Okay, we left it alone. Didn't click a knob, just rode it all weekend. Focused on my riding. Every track's different, and when they first paved this place, it would cold tear tires so fast. It would just shred tires. Miller was the same way. We couldn't get 6 laps out of a tire. Chuckwalla, when it was brand new. Typically brand new tracks destroy tires, and it takes 2 years of putting rubber down by having cars, motorcycles, everybody on the track constantly before the tires start actually acting like normal and coming around.
What's your favorite?
Road America, Miller, those are just, I like fast tracks. I liked Brainerd, Minnesota.
So you like those long haul straightaways that
I like stretching the legs on those things, I like
built
a
for it.
mix of fast turns. Road America's got fast straightaways and really short, really slow 90-degree turns. So it's really hard braking, really big drives, and it's so much fun. I wanted a piece of that guy so bad for so many years, and I was just, I felt blessed and lucky lucky that I got to racing before he left. I wanted a piece of Ben Spies too, you know, but he was gone before I could get onto a Superbike. I tried and tried and tried. I wanted my shot at all those guys, Jamie Hacking, you know, all of them. I wanted to show what I could do against the best riders in the world, right? And I think Matt was incredibly talented, but he wasn't as talented as Ben Spies. But Ben Spies had that guy in his pit to learn from on how to go about building those fundamentals. So he got up to speed quick, and then look when he went to World Superbike, what he did, you know? And I'm watching those guys trying to figure out what those guys did for all those years, and I've had a lot of years to do that. I graduated high school, I had a full-time job. I went and tried to wear a club racing at Talladega as a hobby, and I was damn lucky. I did okay at it. A lot of good people helped me out. I worked my ass off to get here. I'll be damned if any of those boys are gonna take it from me very easily, right? I'm gonna learn some new tricks, whatever it takes.